Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Ron Robertson channel. Today's subject is going to be doing sound off stage. Years ago, of course, when I first started playing, you travel around, the sound man was part of the band, even if it was smaller rooms. Nowadays, many years later, I've been doing sound off stage. I might walk out, I don't even use remote, I just go out with a cord and we get the sound good, and we sound good. But it comes with experience, and it comes with a few tricks. And today I'd like to discuss those things. First off, I have to assume you're a band, a solo duo maybe too, but a band, we're not playing if you're playing a festival, you've already got the sound supplied. But you're like me, you're playing small, medium-sized room. You're traveling a little bit, but not going crazy. You take your own gear with you. That's a lot of it. You're playing like 100, 200-seater rooms most of the time. That's what this is for. Okay? I assume you know your stuff. You know how everything should sound within reason. All right. Number one trick to getting your sound better is turn down. I know you're not going to like that. You turn down the volume, you're going to sound better. Too many things to go wrong in a room where the sound can get wrecked. And if you're quieter, it's going to be better overall. Just overall quiet. Now, how do we do that? Levels. Drums. To me, the drums, I always start with the drums. Drums should be most important. If you're blessed with a drummer who can play quietly, you got it made. If you're not, I don't care. You're the band leader. I'm the band leader. Ron Robertson Band. Ballistics. Smaller drums. Drummer, get on YouTube. Figure a way of dampening out your sound. We've got to get the volume down. Okay? Down. It's a small room. We can't be blasting people out. If it's outside, fine. Bass players. Probably the worst thing to turn up. It gets muddy fast. It gets ugly. You want a decent low-end sound to fill, but if you get loud and woofy, it don't sound good. All bass players should have compression. That's my opinion. Compression will just help with your sound and keep it tighter on the bass. Like a little compressor unit, might be one built into the amp. Again, volume down. Guitar player. So I'm a guitar player. Hey, I like to play loud too. No. Turn it down. If you play cleaner, your sound will be better out front. Especially if you got a band with two Les Pauls or something. You've both got humbuckers. It's distorted. It doesn't sound good. Get one guy on something clean and get your volumes down. Singers. Yes, there's a lot of singers I know out there who love the reverb and love the delay, and they even want it on their monitors. No. Get that stuff off the monitors. On top of that, it's a small room. The room already has an own natural reverb. I would suggest turning the delay off so that when you're talking to the audience, you don't have to worry about turning it on off. You got a heavy delay on there, they can't understand what you're saying. And it sounds lousy in a small room. And like I said, if you're outside, yeah, reverb. But if you're inside, a lot of pros, people who know a lot more than I do, will tell you no reverb. It doesn't need it. Speaker placement. This is important. This is probably what people don't realize. And besides volume, it's the number one mistake I see. Here's a room. You're playing a restaurant. You're playing a small bar. They set it up out of convenience. They didn't think about how the music's going to sound. It's all up to you to figure it out. Number one mistake. Bar owners love to have the stage down here in a long room. Maybe the bar's over here, let's say. So you go in there and you put your speakers straight ahead. Should be good, right? Ha ha ha. Number one mistake. Here's what happens. That sound goes here, hits this wall. God forbid, that wall could be brick. It could be all windows. You're hitting glass. It just comes back. There's no carpet on the wall up there. If you're lucky, you got some wood. It hits there. The poor person sitting in your audience in the middle comes back and hits him in the back of the head right away. It's a small room. You already got sound off the stage. It goes back. Bang, bang. But you're going to have distortion. You're going to have problems. So what do? This is your classic rectangular room. We play pool. Don't laugh. Okay, it's funny. We play pool. So instead of shooting across here at the bank, right across for the side pocket, here's what I do, and here's what a lot of people do. You take your speaker and you gently point it that way. What's happening? We're making a corner shot over here with this speaker. So we hit this wall here, hit this wall here, comes back to the corner. It never comes back to the center. Okay? And by the time it gets there, it's had time to die down and get quiet instead of coming back immediately. This speaker here, same thing. Maybe hit the side wall here at an angle and come back to here and then come back to this side pocket. It sounds silly, but it works. Point your speakers away from the bar if you can. Bar owners don't need you blasting their bartender out where they can't hear. Say the bar's here, try to point your speakers that way a little bit. Simple trick. If the room's like this and you got enough people in there, you might be all right to hit the back. The problem is the people in the back got to hear. So you may have to turn up. Again, you could slightly end for the side pocket first and then back to here. It's probably not. I've played rooms like this that are full of glass and cement with steel roofs. Guess what? It's horrible. It goes back and bounces. The reverb, the natural reverb is crazy. It's horrible. You ain't going to be happy. The audience ain't going to be happy. So point your speakers. You may have to experiment. If it's in the corner, I actually like corner setups. If it's in the corner, I'm already naturally pointing my speakers away like this. It's just easier that way. Some people hate playing in rooms with corners. It's not that hard. Turn your volume down. All right. Well, I think one of the most important things, let's say we're all set up, but the problem is there's no bodies in there. Human bodies absorb sound. They'll absorb bass, they'll absorb treble, they do everything. Even a 100-seat room, say it's to capacity. Now you're at the first set. The sound's changed. There's nothing you can do about it. This is the way it is. Hopefully it's full. But now you got bodies absorbing the sound. So what I do, and what I recommend you do, and for the greater good of the community, is I look out before we start. I look for musicians I know, or at least people I recognize. That's the first thing I look for. I go up, hey man, how's it going? Hey, can I ask you a huge favor? Or just a favor for me, man? We've set up the sound, we're doing the sound ourselves. I can't hear out there once I start playing. If you could just like walk around a little bit, if it sounds great, give me the thumbs up. Hey, awesome. But you know what? There's a good chance the bass or guitar or drums are too loud, too quiet. Just come up after the stage and let me know. Maybe I'll buy you a beer later or whatever. Anyways, you do that to the fellow musician. They feel like they're part of your show now. Hey, it's nice enough they're supporting you. Now they're helping you out. If somebody asks me, I'm going to help them out the best I can. And if there's no musicians there, the other day I looked around, there was no musicians. Buddy I know, if he's watching this, he had a room before and he booked bands. He's experienced. Even though he's not a musician, it doesn't matter. He hears every band coming into his room for years, and he knows what it's like. If that's not there, pick your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your number one fan. Pick your number one fan who goes to every show. You don't think they're going to be happy to be helping out the band? They'll do whatever they can to help you out. That little trick is going to save you a lot. Like I said, even no matter how good you are and that room's empty, the sound changes with bodies. I got one more little story real quick, how I think about sound, and then I'll let you go. Again, this is the most important part's done. Thanks for watching. Give us a like or a subscribe. Small channel. I could use it. I'd appreciate it. Nice to make new friends. Hey, everybody. And my last thought is stick with me for this. I like to think when I'm doing sound, or even if I'm doing sound for somebody else out front, I like to think of it as a beautiful, fresh deli sandwich. Okay? This is how to get my balance. If you're having a hard time thinking of how the levels should be. So every sandwich, when you order your sandwich, it's like a tuna sandwich or a corned beef sandwich. So let's say it's corned beef, whatever, tuna. That's your main course. That should be your vocals. The tuna should always be the maximum flavor of that sandwich because that's the vocals. So your vocals always have to be on top. They're the most important part of your mix. The drums will be the bread. You don't have a sandwich without the bread. Everything else is whatever. Nice fresh bun, nice crisp fresh bun, maybe crusty on the outside. I want my kick to be like, my snare to be punchy and crisp. I want the kick to be a little bit soft but still full. You know, whatever you have your own mix, that's fine. But the drums should be almost as loud as the vocals. They should be right there. Bass players, you're the butter, maybe the mayo. You're there, but you're not standing out. But if you're not there, you know what? That sandwich might suck. It'd be dry. You're very important, but the bass shouldn't be overpowering. Watch the volume. And the guitar player shouldn't be overpowering either. The guitar player is like the tomatoes and the lettuce. and everything else you put on the fixing. And once in a while you bite into that sandwich and it's like, oh my God, that's the freshest lettuce I've had in a while. That's your lead solo, whatever. But it shouldn't always be. It's there, and it should be part of the sandwich, but you don't want to overpower the vocals or the drums. You are the melody. You're on top. I know that might sound silly, but it's one way of thinking of it. Like, that's just, it may help you, it may not. Anyways, thanks again. Ron Robertson, RR. See y'all next time. Bye now.